Nope, Blindspot said, tapping his heels together. Almost immediately, a blinding light, coupled with the oddly glowing smoke, poured away from where the Grue stood. Bigwig fired, but knew the Wither was long gone before the burst of electricity found its mark. I should have fired as soon as I had him in my sights. Bigwig chided himself as Peppermint floated over to him. Then you wouldn't be the same godfather that helped rescue even the most troublesome of pigeons in the Park District, she told him, as both weeps floated over to where the Grue had once stood. They swirled about slowly, but when the smoke cleared, there wasn't even a hint that Blindspot had been there. Why would a Wither be investigating on their own? Did you hear Mint's question, Silent? Bigwig said into his Bluetooth device. While you get up to speed, I'm going to put in a call to one of the head Withers to find out more about Blindspot. At the very least, we can see if he has a checkered past. I'll send you what I have, but you may want to head to the north, as a couple of heroics are having trouble with a pack of werewolves, Silent said over the comms. Bigwig turned to see Peppermint already raising her staff to direct the weeps north along the fringe trail. Upon the roof of the farmer's house sat a long-eared figure with jet-black fur. Her red eyes had been covered with a visor to obscure her from onlookers. Saru watched Bigwig depart with his charge, relief flowing over her in an instant. The onyx hair needed something the aged farmer had hidden in his attic, but the slightest noise might have attracted the weeps or Officer Bigwig. Stamping a rune-covered foot onto the roof, she listened in satisfaction as the beams shattered before reaching down to pull at the shingles covering the spot that no longer had structural support. In a moment she was inside the attic, which was, not surprisingly, coated in cobwebs. Of course, the entire space is full of knickknacks, Saru whispered in her hauntingly melodic tone. But a simple location evocation should locate what is needed. Muttering a few words of magic before snapping her fingers, Saru waited a few heartbeats for something in the attic to glow. After a moment, she was rewarded as the object of her pursuit rested very close to her feet. There you are, she said, picking up the lantern. To her amusement, something within the lantern began to move about rapidly. Raising the object to eye level, she peered in at the miniaturized weep. I know, meeting new people can be terrifying. If you had met the shepherd, I dare say you might be a bit calmer. As for me, well, your fear is definitely warranted. Another few words of magic caused dark smoke to envelop Saru, leaving a frustrated Blindspot cursing outside a small window. He had hoped to keep the hare from obtaining the very item he sought, but now his plans would have to shift toward another, more direct approach. And with that, we come to the conclusion of issue number 1 of the Nowhere Patrol. I'll see you next time for issue number 2. Thank you for listening.